start
Okay.
as soon as
Webinar is now streaming live on YouTube also. Hey, there you go.
it's working. It's setting it up. Now let me find you again.
I don't know I'm still here, as the song goes.
Okay, I'm going to start the recording. We are now live. We're recording. Welcome everybody to the Global Consciousness Development Circle, or GCDC's bi-monthly meditation. Today, Mike Cavalli, the infamous, wonderful Mike Cavalli, is going to be leading the infamous. You're so famous. You're infamous.
Infamous is good.
Mike Cavalli is going to be leading the meditation for us today. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it gives you everything you need today.
Yeah, good. So, well, today's meditation is going to be about transforming the destructive healing energy of this current imbalance to a positive healing energy. And we done this meditation during the week in our healing circle, and it really was quite a good meditation, and it was very powerful. So if everyone's ready, Marla, I'll begin and we can have a little chat after.
Perfect. I'm going to mute everyone who's on Zoom.
Okay.
And if I can figure out how to do that.
Except for me.
I can't.
There you go. Okay. Well, presumably everyone can hear me. So I will begin this healing. And so right now, let's just close our eyes and relax. And just focus our attention on our breathing. And take a deep but comfortable breath in through the nose. And just hold it there. And then breathe out through the mouth and breathe out all the stress and the worries of the day. Breathing in through the nose and breathing all the joy, the love and the light. Hold it there. And breathe out through the mouth. And as we begin this healing today, we ask the light workers, both those living on the earth plane and those in the higher realms, to join us today in this global healing. We ask that the source, the field, God, whatever deity you choose, the angels and archangels and the high council to join us today, so that all life receive spontaneous healing, both emotionally and physically. And so now let's very briefly open up our energy centers by first focusing our attention on the base chakra. The red chakra at the base of the spine, as it begins to open, it begins to spin faster, covers our body and spreads out into the room that you're sitting in. As we move up to the stomach area, the orange light, it moves out faster and faster, begins to cover your whole body, and it too begins to fill the room. And as we move up further to the solar plexus, this yellow light begins to pour out from the solar plexus, begins to spin faster, covers your whole body, fills the room and mixes with all the other colors. And as we move up to the heart center, the green light, it pours out of the heart center, covers our body and fills the room and mixes with the other colors. And we move up to the throat center, the blue light. And here you might find a change in vibration. And the blue light pours out from the throat area, begins to fill the room, covers your body and mixes with the other colors. We move up to the third eye, and as the third eye opens, the crimson light of knowledge of all that was, is and will be pours out, surrounds the room, mixes with the other colors and fills your whole body with this knowledge. And finally, the crown. As the crown opens, feel the white light coming down through the crown center, past the third eye. Perhaps you begin to feel a tingling sensation. moving on down through the throat, the heart center, down through the shoulders, out through the arms, down to the fingers, and just hold that energy in the palms of your hands and your fingers right now. Feel it vibrating. And let that energy go out from your fingertips and feel the energy flowing from your fingertips. As we move this energy down through the heart center, down through all the other energy centers to the solar plexus, the stomach, it goes down past the bottom of the spine, through the legs, all the way down through the knees, down to the feet. And just feel that energy in the soles of your feet vibrating. And allow the energy to go out through your toes, down into the ground, deep, deep into the ground. And now just begin to hold that energy within your own auric field. Just hold it there and feel it pulsing. Focus your attention on this feeling. Focus your attention on love, gratitude, and healing. All those that are residing in the same frequency, the love, gratitude, and healing. And when you can feel this frequency, send it out into the streets where you live. And by doing so, touching all those whose path it crosses. Feel it, feel them being touched by the light. Send it out further now, across the city. See the light spreading across the city, and send it out even further across the country that you live in. And send it out further. Send this vibration of love, gratitude, and healing out across the whole of the planet. And as we send this healing energy to the planet, in your mind's eye, picture yourself looking at the planet from the universe. See the planet vibrating and shining. See the planet healing. And feel that you are connected with the universe and all that resides in the universe. Feel the expanse of your energy as from this distance it begins to cover the globe, covers the moon, reaches far out to the sun and beyond. Feel yourself at one with the source. And feel yourself finally synchronized with the heartbeat of the planet. Surround the whole universe with all the colors of the energy centers. Send out that healing frequency to touch the heart of the unbalanced global energy that we currently face. And as you send out that light from within you, each color of light going to where it's needed, knowing that through intention, the call for assistance from the higher realms has already been received and is already flooding the world and all of its life with healing. Know that this healing energy we send transforms the global imbalance from destructive healing to positive healing. And in your mind's eye, picture all those touched by the imbalance healed, both emotionally and physically. And as this powerful healing energy vibrates from your body, repeat to yourself in your own silence and stillness, already done, already healed, already done, already healed. And I leave you now for the next few moments to focus your attention on the healing. And while the healing takes place, just be aware of any support you may receive from any of the people residing in the higher realms. And perhaps they may have a message personally for you. Focus on the healing and offer no resistance to the process or the outcome. And so I leave you just for a few moments to send out your healing light to the world. Already done. Already healed. Already done. Already healed. And finally, send that healing energy to over the world leaders, to fill their hearts with this healing energy, so that they may do what is right for every living life form on this planet. See them shaking hands, see them signing a peace accord, see them signing a new health accord. And just take a moment to witness our leaders in harmony. And now, from this space in the universe where you are witnessing this transformation, slowly bring yourself back onto the planet. Bring yourself back into the country where you live, and bring yourself back into the city. And bring yourself back into your neighborhood, onto the street where you live. Bring yourself back into the room. Become aware of your presence in the room, and become aware of yourself sitting in the chair. And when you're ready, and in your own time, open your eyes. So, everybody come back. Everybody come back. There we are. We did that in the group on Tuesday night, and we did put music behind it. And it was a very successful meditation. People felt this because we have the feedback. We get everyone to express what they felt, and it really was quite strong. And I hope people really got something from that. It is something. It's all to do with intention, and belief. We have to believe that what we're saying is actually working. Otherwise, it perhaps doesn't work as effectively. It does have an effect, but not as effective. So Marla, I don't know if you've got anything you wish to say on that.
I found that this meditation amazingly powerful. And I set the intention along with you for the healing of this planet, for everyone, every being on this planet. And it doesn't make a difference if it's the COVID-19 or if it's just a different illness. Healing is healing, and
That's right.
we need to heal. And not only do we need to heal, but our planet needs to heal. And I think that right now we're giving it a chance to
breathe.
Yeah, I mean, the air
Yeah.
is cleaner, the
Yeah.
waters are cleaner, you know, nobody's hunting, so animals are able to reproduce.
Mm,
And they're very important to our ecosystem as our
mm,
bees and
yeah.
butterflies.
Yeah.
So, you know, I love the fact that we are always focused on the healing of the planet and the
Yeah.
healing of the leaders of the planet.
Yeah.
It's just as important for these people to who are supposed to be in charge of
Yeah.
making sure we're safe and good,
Yeah.
um, that they get what they need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
work with us and treat us and take care
Mm.
of us the way that position of the job
Demands.
demands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. We don't have to like or dislike our leaders. Our job is to set the intention and leave the universe to take care of the details. That's all we have to do. And I find that a very effective way because it takes out the anxiety, it takes out the worry, but it does require an element of faith. And more people are stepping into this right now, this belief process, because as Einstein said, we can't always change the problems that we create with the same thinking. We need to look outside of this. And, you know, Marla, I had a very interesting chat with Jeremy Old yesterday, who's coming onto our summit from the World Peace Project.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that.
Who is involved in the meditation process to he was involved in the Washington crime reduction. He was involved in the Rhode Island better quality of life. He was with the group that actually, they didn't meditate to see the downfall of the Soviet Union. They meditated on balance. And the result was the downfall of the Soviet Union. In fact, he was telling me the Soviet authorities invited his group in to teach about this form of meditation, but they wouldn't allow a school to be set up. It was to be done with scientists and students. But the outcome of this was perestroika, the business in Poland, and then the downfall of the Berlin Wall. He said it wasn't our intention. Our intention was to create balance, and they left all the details up to the universe. So I had a great old chat with him, and he's coming on to the Global Consciousness Summit.
It's amazing. The summit is so powerful. The people we've already interviewed has made such a difference. And I know that whoever participates in the summit is going to gain so much information, knowledge, and tips, tools to help their lives.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a win-win-win-win-win summit.
Absolutely. And you know what? I was doing a show last night, the mediumship show, and it was to do with mediumship rather than psychic. And I was wondering what was I going to do. And so I was thinking of a topic, and then I come across it's the silver birch, the new world. And it reflects everything that's going on right now, that we have to have the destruction of the old to bring in the new, and there will be pain as in this rebirth. And these teachings are going back 50 odd years, and it's so prevalent to today what's going on. So I invite everyone just to Google in silver birch and the new world, and you will see a lot of what this guide wrote 50 odd years ago is beginning to unfold now. And I say this because I want people not to live in the fear energy.
No, I agree.
It's going to work out not only okay, but if we get enough numbers together, we will create a new world where there's abundance for everyone.
I agree, but I think it's the most important thing is that I know there's a lot of fear that they're afraid. They don't know how to pay their bills. They don't know how they're going to pay their rent. And I understand that. And I empathize so deeply with what's going on.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and I hope this comes off the way I mean it, sometimes things break down so you can rebuild it. So it gives you a chance to look at your life as it is and see how you want to change it, if you want to change it. Not everybody wants to change their life, but if your life isn't satisfying to you, there's ways you can turn it around and live the life you're divinely meant to live.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you do, unfortunately, with everything, you have to get out of your system what was that is no longer part of you. And once you have the courage to do that, to get out of what was you, to get rid of the program that we often talk about that you become because you was taught this through school and parents and so on, and start resonating with who you are. This is where change makes, and sometimes it can be painful. I've no doubt that as a cause of this, where people are staying at home with their loved ones, it's either going to bring them together or it's going to have closure and people go their own way. That, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, is one of the aspects of this.
So I was on the Break It Down podcast, and we were talking about what's going on. And we were talking about how this is a really great opportunity to open up communication. For those who have a cohesive relationship, you can make it tighter. But there are many who live together and they don't, and now they're stuck in a house together.
Yeah.
But this is a great time for you to either communicate, put your ego aside, communicate your feelings, your fears with your partner. And even if it has to do about the relationship, and figure out how you can coexist till this is done. And, or maybe it'll either do one thing, it'll make you realize why you got together and you love each other, get re-sparked, or you realize that you're in two different directions and you can't do it. But there are ways to coexist in a peaceful, in an easy way. And so that's the most important thing. And it's consideration. It's respecting each other and respecting each other's differences, in my opinion. And it's really powerful. In this situation, because where I'm living in North Carolina, I found out yesterday at 5 o'clock that an hour prior, they put in a 30-day, I think it's a mandatory, home, I can't remember what the word is, but where you're quarantined at home, where you stay at home. You're not only going out for essentials. But I'm going to also put something else into this conversation, which came to me from Spirit, is reach out to your neighbors. If somebody's not feeling well and they have an animal, take them to help them by taking their animal out, because you don't want these people walking their dogs if they're sick for a number of reasons. A, you don't want them to pass it around, but B, it's nice to give back. And this is the time where people really need, I mean, there's all times people need to be helped, but right now, when you're stuck in your house and you're not allowed to go out, or you're sick with 100+ fever, 102, 103 fever, you can't go out. You can't take care of your animals. So, reach out and, for the person who's offering, wear a mask, wear gloves, bring sanitizing wipes, and you can use, alcohol and water. You can use vinegar. Vinegar's a disinfectant. There's ways of keeping yourself safe while you're helping somebody else who's can't help themselves.
Well, this is one of the things it will do. I'm beginning to see a polarization, whereas you're seeing the people that are doing exactly that. And then we're seeing the people that decide they want to charge £10 for toilet roll paper. In this new world, unfortunately, these people will be remembered for their action and will most likely pay a heavy dividend for it in the future, as people won't forget this now. There's a new consciousness coming in. It isn't without problems. There'll still be rich, there'll still be poor, there'll still be people that will try it on. But I think this has really made people really reevaluate exactly what society really is all about now. And unfortunately, the greed, I think Silver Birch here, I'll just read you this little bit here. He was asked the question, the old order, does it have to be torn down? And he says, the old order must fall for the new to arise. That which is a part of the Great Spirit cannot be achieved without sacrifice. You cannot build up unless you tear down. In times of great material disaster, the people of your world begin to examine the foundations of things of the spirit. When all things of matter have failed, which they are, they look for a reed to clutch, and they look into the systems that have been tried and found wanting. Then the truths of the spirit begin to emerge, and they begin to build their new world, a world where the laws of the great spirit begin to play their proper part. And he says, until you do that, there's always going to be troubles. But he does finish by saying, much of the needless misery, much of the needless deprivation, much of the needless starvation and sadness will have gone. The basis of life will be changed, for gradually selfishness will be overthrown and the service will reign in its place. And this is what we're seeing now with the light workers, the healers, all people who want to do something stepping forward now. It's the time now. And what I would say to people is, as I did last week, please step up. Please make yourself known. Please be vocal. Please don't be afraid to be ridiculed or laughed. Just get out there and do it, because you're part of the ripple, as we are part of the ripple, you know, doing this more stuff in the media. And this is how it all changes. This is how we create the new world. And it is feasible.
It's very true. You know, one thing I also want to do is I want to truly commend the governors of the states that are taking control to protect the people of their states. I'm originally from Illinois, and I have to mention J.B. Pritzker has been incredibly impressive in how he is taking charge of the state. I'm watching Andrew Cuomo, and you know, with just so much humbleness, you know, he's so, the humility that that they carry, but the power that they have, they stand in their power to do the job that they were hired to do. And I want to commend and thank all the people, the nurses, the doctors, even the people that are now manufacturing and doing, you know, things at home to help, making face masks and donating them. I personally show such gratitude. My heart opens up with such love for these people who are being selfless to help the others in need. And so thank you all who are doing this for us.
And how ironic is it that the bin man, who now suddenly becomes an essential worker and somebody who is praised for going out, keeping the streets clean and getting rid of all the rubbish, the shopkeeper now that really keeps his prices low and helps the elderly by keeping stuff back, all these non-essential staff are suddenly the stars of the show now.
Oh my God, the stock boys, God bless them, you know, who take all the and restock the shelves. Oh my goodness gracious, all of them. And the cashiers, they're just, you know, the front line. They are the front line. And again, I share my gratitude and my thanks for all that you do with this and how you're helping us get through this, because without you, we wouldn't, where would we be? It would be a very different state of affairs.
And as we drain the drug of bread and circuses that we've been continually to do, for example, again, no football for now 4 weeks, doesn't seem a problem. You know, why did we have to have this constant reminder that say there's these big events going on every Saturday that actually separate family? I mean, I like football, don't get me wrong, but it is a blessed relief that Saturday you can actually breathe again. And of course, that's my choice. But I need help also to make the choices, and this virus, if you like, has helped me also get perspective a lot more. What's more important? I've started growing my vegetables early this year, for example. There's so much we can do that's purposeful. And when we do return to normal, if we want that, whatever normal is, we will appreciate the theatre, the arts, sport. Will appreciate them a lot more, and hopefully we won't be so consumed by it all, because we've seen another way, because we've got off the hamster wheel. All of us are off the hamster wheel now, and it's a breath of fresh air.
Well, it's a different normal. It's a new normal.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
here's the great thing. If you look at it as a blank canvas, you're now able to design and create the life you want,
mhm,
because this is the time to be able to pull back and reevaluate what you want, how you want to do it.
yeah,
I talk, on my meditation yesterday about, you know, doing things. So for example, this is the time, if you have time on your hands, find something that makes your heart sing and
yeah,
do it. If you like art, paint, draw, whatever it might
yeah,
be, and you know what, when this is all said and done, who knows? You could be
yeah,
selling your artwork
yeah,
on Etsy, on Zoom, I mean, not
yeah,
Zoom, excuse me, Etsy or Facebook in their
yeah,
marketplace,
yeah,
or you could go to a festival, and
yeah,
now you're able to make more money. And because you have the time now to do something, and then you can sell it later,
yeah,
or provide a service later, or come up with
yeah,
something new.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
there's an ingenious new app being designed that
yeah,
is out to help people.
yeah, yeah. You've given yourself choices now, because we're off the hamster. Tonight, no doubt, will be a game of Scrabble with me and the wife. So I'm going to have to look up a few words with Z and X in them beforehand, because she'll beat me hands down.
Oh, that's so funny. We were playing Taboo. I went out and I bought a bunch of card games. Not like gin or something, but we have that
Mm,
too. But I have one that's really great for family, couples and family, and it's questions. And they're like getting to know you questions. And I
yeah,
love that, because
yeah,
I love pulling back the layers
yeah,
and learning more about my husband. I've been with him over a decade, and
mm,
there's still so much to learn, and
mm,
vice versa, for him to learn
yeah,
from me. And
yeah,
it's an opportunity for families to be able to learn it from
grow.
each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
Yeah, and grow, and then develop a new respect or consideration, because maybe somebody didn't know how the other person felt about, how they leave the bathroom or the
yeah,
kitchen, or things that they do. And then you could go, oh, I didn't realize that bothered you. Because why? You're so distracted, you don't have to
yeah,
converse about it. But
yeah,
now this is a perfect time to,
yeah,
gently address
yeah,
things and get to know each other, get to know
yeah,
your kids,
yeah,
put down, I know there's still internet, but it's okay to put it down for a little while
yeah,
and play a get to know you game, or just
yeah,
play off, do you have a craft together, do
yeah,
something together, because this is
yeah,
a wonderful, special,
mm,
sacred time to be able to
yeah,
do that.
absolutely. And this is a time where we all reveal our true character. This is a very revealing time for all of us. The veil, if you like, that separates the two worlds, the veil that connects all of us together in whatever dimension, whatever frequency, is lifted. And so now our real personalities will start to come through in this time of crisis. And we will now start to see people for who they are. Fortunately, I'm surrounded by great people. But I know that there is some troubles around the world in certain areas, and we don't need to focus on them. But the point is, this is very revealing about the real character, the motivators, the ones that are actually getting depressed, the ones that are behaving badly. All aspects across the spectrum, it's being revealed, and it can't be hidden now. And so this is another wonderful, and we shouldn't be frightened of this. We should embrace this as more knowledge for us, so that we know how to deal with things in the future, because I don't think everything is going to go back to how it was ever again. So we may as well get used to this new idea, this new energy, this new vibration now that I feel is going to sustain.
I agree. And here's the thing, whatever your demographic is, whether you're in the 1% or you're not, this is a time for you to make your life your own. I know I keep saying this, but it's because I believe it. I believe that, desperation is the um, catalyst to creation.
Yeah,
And I know there's another way of saying it also, but
yeah,
this is a great time to
yeah,
really stop worrying and start reinventing. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's amazing what people can do with very little.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, for me and everyone else, if we actually sit down consciously to decide, how can I use my time now? Because I've got quite a bit of it. How can I use this? What can I do today that my future self is going to thank me for?
That's a great way that is a beautiful way of putting it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike. That
Yeah.
really is a beautiful way to
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everything that happens in the future, we have to create in the now, in the moment. And so if we live in fear right now, our future is going to be fear-based and things won't work for us. So let's take control of our emotions is the first thing. Then we can do the rest. Once the emotions are strong, then we can deal with this. We can move forward.
The other thing that just came to me from Spirit is please remember to take good care of yourself. Take a walk if you can, get some fresh air, take vitamin C. I just read something. I got something that passed to me, a video about don't take Advil if you're not feeling well, take Tylenol, but take care of yourself. Your physical self, meditate, take a few minutes and just close your eyes and ground. Maybe you'll get direction in your life that you didn't. And just remember that you do have support if you ask for help.
Yeah.
So,
and be kind to yourself.
yes, that's it.
Because you never speak to anybody more than you do yourself throughout the day. So be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, know that you are enough.
And remember that if you do have that negative talk, it's like a boomerang and it comes back to you. The same thing happens with positive. So isn't it better to have more positive things come to you than more negative? We don't need more negative in our lives. I think living in the positive is the way to deal with things.
Yeah. And it quietens the monkey mind down, living in the positive. I've got a very active monkey mind.
I think most of us do. And I have to say, it's an art form to allow it to take a rest, because sometimes monkey minds need a break too.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Well, this has been so wonderful, Mike.
Yeah.
The meditation was beautiful. We will be back on the second week of April with another meditation, which I believe is Easter week. Let me just please double check. The 11th, yes, and Easter is the 12th. So please join us again on the 11th of April when we come back with our bi-monthly meditation. And who knows, we may have a special guest for you. So thank you very much. I'm Marla Goldberg.
And I'm Mike Cavalli.
And we thank you very much. Until the next time, send you love, we send you blessings, and we send you gratitude. Thank you very much for joining us.